Good Morning America shows you how to reverse your type 2 diabetes. Let's talk about it. Hi everyone, my name is James Marin. I'm a holistic registered dietitian, environmental nutritionist, author, speaker, and diabetes expert. Welcome back to another video. I want to show you this clip, okay? And this clip is fairly, it's not too new, but maybe you haven't seen it. It was on Good Morning America where they showed you how this one group, this cohort, so to speak, reverse their type 2 diabetes, okay? So let me show you this clip and then we're going to talk about it.
GMA health alert right now. More than 30 million Americans with type 2 diabetes. In a new study, almost half the participants were able to reverse the disease and achieve remission without using drugs or insulin. And nutritionist Maya Feller is here. She's going to tell us so much more about it.
Wow. Nice to see you.
Let's give us the details on the study.
Okay, so the first thing that is important to remember is that the participants in this study had a diagnosis of type 2 diabetes for 6 years or less and were never on insulin. This leads us to believe that they still had some level of pancreatic function. Over the course of 3 to 5 months, they were put on a very low-calorie diet where they took in between 825 and 853 calories. This was medically supervised.
Okay.
Of those people, 46% actually achieved diabetes remission. We believe that this is in part because, on average, they lost around 20 pounds. And this type of weight loss takes stress off of the pancreas and allows it to function better. But I have to say, it was medically supervised, and this is not something that people should go at alone.
You want to emphasize that. Medically supervised. It was a liquid diet. 800. What does 850 calories look like on a plate?
Okay, so let me walk you through a day.
Right.
This is breakfast here. For breakfast, we have half of an avocado with about 2 ounces of tuna. I mean, that's really, that's a small portion.
Okay, right.
And then we move on to lunch, and here at lunch, we have a handful of watercress.
That's not bad.
Right? 4 cherry tomatoes, a quarter of a cucumber, a spring onion, and a little bit of chicken. So again, not terrible. But remember, this is the whole day.
Right.
And then dinner, we have a few ounces of fish, a quarter cup of chickpeas, and a quarter of a potato.
I can see why a fifth of the people that were all part of this, they dropped out. They just could not, they just simply could not do this. So what are the downsides of this program?
Okay, so one of the downsides of this program is that, you risk dehydration because you're not taking in significant amount of water from your food or that matter. You could become constipated because, look, it's a very low, residue, low intake. Also, we're concerned about the loss of muscle because of the rapid rate of weight loss.
Of course, you should be seeing your doctor if something like this is happening to you, diabetes or other kind of conditions, but what else can you do to help monitor your situation?
Okay, so I always recommend for any patient that's diabetic, it's really important to increase your physical activity, right, on a daily basis. You also want to make sure that you cut your processed food intake as well as eating on a regular and consistent basis.
All to keep in mind, Maya. Thank you very much.
So as you can see, yes, this study was fairly well designed. They put a lot of people on an extremely low calorie diet. Many of them fell off and could not be on this diet. So then this raises the question, well, some did stay on this very low calorie diet, with a very small portion control, and they had success. Because yes, there is a good amount of research and a good amount of studies that show when you fast, when you decrease your caloric intake, it helps your pancreas rest, it helps your liver rest, it restores, metabolic functions because you're losing body fat, okay? You're not intaking so much processed fat, saturated fat, trans fat, and processed sugar, and so you help your body heal. But the big question here is there's no long-term study on an extremely low-calorie diet because an extremely low-calorie diet long-term is not healthy. Okay, so there's another part to the story, right? Yes, low-calorie, this extremely low-calorie diet was good and it did help reverse type 2 diabetes for some patients, but the next step is then how are these people going to do this for the rest of their life? Are they going to be on a 600, 700, 800 calorie diet for the rest of their life? And I can confidently answer that and say, no. Just like a low carb diet or a very restricted diet, you're more likely to fail and binge, and not only will you have lost weight in the beginning, but when you do fall off and binge, you gain the weight back plus interest, okay? So this idea is great. You know, it's this idea that you can reverse type 2 diabetes, but how do you do it long term? How do you do it in a way that lasts for the rest of your life while being healthy for you, while helping your liver and pancreas, and not being on a 600 to 700 calorie diet, on being on a 2,000 to 3,000 calorie diet where you feel comfortable, satisfied, full, you know, and you're getting all of your nutrition, okay? That can be answered in the description below. Learn what to eat, learn what to avoid, right? And for those of you that have been watching, you know, you'll know my mantra is plants protect. Eating whole food plants is the way to go. But I show you recipes, I show you how to go grocery shopping, I show you what foods to avoid, how to meal prep. So click the link below, get that today, and better understand what nutrition is going to help you reverse your type 2 diabetes and do it long term. That is the key. That's the missing link. That's something they did not address in the video, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, click the link below in the description. Share this with your friends and family or anyone you know struggling with diabetes or is at huge risk for diabetes or diabetes complications. Okay, give us a thumbs up. Comment below with what you think of the video or what you thought of today's video. And as always, have a wonderful day.